Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yes, this video is about for all those Kemet women who's in Kemet or all these Afrocentric doctrines that are out there. And I think the main reason why you are attracted to go into Kemet is because this doctrine tells you that the black woman is God. So you feel some sense of woman liberation to make it seem like you want to be put on a pedestal. But if that's the case, then if you want to be put on a pedestal, you got to be an example for the reason why someone should put you on a pedestal. There's some responsibilities and accountability for that position. Just as any position, as if you go on any job and you want to be a director or a manager, there is some responsibility to put in high position. And this is what some of you women in Kemet fail to understand. Yeah, you like to be glorified, but to represent the reason why you should be glorified is another aspect to it, where some of you don't want to take accountability or responsibility that there's a role that you have to play. Some of you women in Kemet do not understand that. Yes, you come and you say all these poems and things that make you seem like you're so conscious. But many of you are witches. I'm going to be honest with you, witches. And when I say witches, some people think of witches as somebody that you have to show some form of witchcraft, or you're doing uh you're doing a you're doing a you have to have a broomstick or some evidence. That's one aspect of witchcraft, but there's another aspect of witchcraft, and that's lies and misleading to make it seem like y'all are conscious and that you represent something, that you represent the doctrine, or you represent Kemet. But many of you women are in Kemet because you got a lot of these men, Afrocentric men, lusting after you because they put you on a pedestal. Anyway, if that's the case, then if you want to be a woman, if you woman want to say want to be put up as a pedestal as a god or a goddess, ask me a question. How did this earth got created? That's one question I would like one of y'all Kemet women to come there. If y'all are such a god, how did this earth got created? How did the plants get created? The trees, the ocean, the fishes, the life form. How did you create man and woman and childbirth? Sorry, and children and all the aspects that goes on in the spiritual realm and all of this thing.
And you wearing weave.
hmm That's Give me in the minute of salvation. How is salvation gonna come to black folks? This is what I want to ask. Where in the minute that says that black folks gonna be redeemed or saved? Since y'all want to sit down there and say that the Bible, that the Bible stole everything from Egypt. Then where in Egypt they said that we're gonna be saved, because y'all see all kinds of destruction, but when it comes to salvation and laws and statutes and commandments and things that can build an economy, where in the Methaneta or in the Mahat about it, about salvation, are we gonna be saved? What's gonna happen in the future? Some prophecy. I have yet to see anybody, both on the the man side and the female side, address that issue in Kemet. Y'all want to debate that this Bible is not real. Y'all want to debate said um King James was King. You want to debate? You want to make issue about the Bible? Who wrote the Bible? And the Bible ain't real, and whatever excuses you want to come with the Bible. Then did I want to know, show me any proof, any creation proof um that any Egyptian god created this world. They created a civilization, but they didn't create this earth and the heavens above. They and to be honest, oh yeah, I forgot. Y'all can say, you can say that. Yeah, you know what? We have we have in the metanator or the papyrus of the creation story. But that's but you know, if you read the thing in papyrus, that's just on theology. Just like oh, you go to school and you study biology and they teach you about photosynthesis and respiration about plants. It doesn't tell you that they created plants. It just can tell you the theology of plants. It can tell you about that the plants get their food from the sunlight. But if you ask them out if they created that plant, they could not tell you. You can study the plant. It's just like me saying, it's just like say if I created a towel or a cloth, and I created to the very fiber of it, or even created to the very thread, and I said, here, I created this. Then somebody else take it now, but they don't know how exactly that cloth was created, but they can study the intricate part of what make up that cloth. But at the end of the day, they didn't create the cloth. I did. And they can't replicate anything that I did, but they can only know the theology part of it, the theory part of how it come across. You know, I know what to tell you honest truth. I tell majority you Kemet people are y'all want to listen to all these Shaka Amos, polite and um Senator. You go ahead and follow those people, because they're going to follow your spirit and soul into damnation. And you're going to have nothing but yourself to blame for listening to that nonsense. Because even if you want to say you don't believe in the Bible, but come on, man, Kemet is not anything to believe in. First of all, you're believing into an ancient civilization. Like you think that Egypt was the only civilization that ever created on Earth. Sorry, but you're living in a delusional world to believe that Egypt was the only civilized black civilization that was on Earth. Come on, you're sounding stupid right there, because there were Sumerians, there were Babylonians, there were Assyrians. You had other black civilization also. So you sounding stupid. It seems like that everything just came out of Kemet. No, it didn't. As a matter of fact, um, a lot of Egyptians copied a lot of stuff from Babylonian, Sumerians, and also from East
Syrians.
Indians. And they were not the originator of anything. All that doctrines and gods that they have, it's another reincarnation from another god, from Babylonian god, from another Sumerian god, Assyrian god, and other gods that was at India, and a lot of it's on from
The Nile Valley
the,
civilization. That
yeah,
was there way before Egypt was even thought about.
yeah. Apart from that, what I'm just saying, they
Mm-hmm.
borrowed a lot from, just like in America, they borrowed little and little from everywhere.
Mm-hmm. We sure do.
So y'all need to stop living in this. You're living in this fantasy world that Egypt was the only civilization and kingdom that ever built and was the greatest. No, it wasn't. It was even the greatest. You had other kingdoms, and even the Bible says so. Even there is proof on the earth that there were other kingdoms besides Egypt. And as a matter of fact, even break it down in Egypt, you have even different caste system in Egypt. So which are you? Because it's not just Pharaoh was everybody was not a Pharaoh. Let's
Mm-hmm.
break it down, and not everybody was a Pharaoh. That was like what, 1%? A few was Pharaohs.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else had like a other system that was among like it. But if you were living in Egypt today, you would not be a Pharaoh. And even if you were an Egyptian, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a Pharaoh. You had poor peasant Egyptians also, just like you have poor white people today, even though white people are controlling everything in America. You have the same, you have the elites of the whites, you have also poor of the whites. It's the same system as there. America has the same pyramid system just like Egypt. And this is what y'all fail to get in your head. You're worshipping America all over again. And to be honest, you want to put polite and say Nether and Shaka Amos and Amon Ra Squad as they're all Freemasons. They all, especially polite. Polite is a Aleister Crowley understudy. He's a Freemason from Canada. But you want to follow that cat. What does he says that make any sense? He can't even say. I don't think he can. He knows even the very doctrine that he's pushing to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you notice on Kemet and trial, I have not seen him teach anything on Kemet. All he was on Kemet is just pulling down the Bible. But yet, when you address the what was Kemet about, Egypt about, they cannot tell you anything but some deep bullshit. And y'all want to listen to these cats and put them up as like your mentor, and that they're intellectual. I mean, I'm not bragging on the Kemeton trial. It's not about who win or who lose, but they did not defend their doctrine. Just let's face it, they did not come there and defend their doctrine. Their doctrine. The Kemet on trial thing was about Kemet on trial. They didn't even defend their doctrine. But I know that the Kemet thing is finished, and y'all know it's finished. You didn't know Shaka almost polite saying that they're finished. They're finished. They're all finished. They're fishing for water right now. They're fishing for something for who can still can't find anything to hook on now because they're done. After that Kemet on trial bullshit, it's finished. And to be honest, what did I learn from Kemet? What did I learn from Kemet? Then what you all gonna tell me about all these gods and you know what I mean, Apep and Noon and all they have so many gods over there. They have the god with half alligator and half man, half dog, half man, half goat, half man. Is this what you want to follow? Half bird, half man? Kundalini energy? And y'all want to say y'all spiritual. And tell me what kind of matter we come from, dark matter and all that kind of bullshit? And the science of everything. Science is what it is. Science. It's not based on fact, but just by observation. Nothing concrete. But you want to say that it's that the what that the Bible is not concrete. It's full of it's a fairy tale book. It's all a bunch of fable and made up story. But I don't see anything that makes sense in Kemet either, with God looking like half bird, half man, half dog, half man. Let's be real. Common sense could tell that, man. I I rather, if anything, I rather worship a higher power over there because I know that I didn't. No man could not create this earth. That's an absolute fact. I don't care how much they wanna come and say, "Oh, we knew how to create the earth by ourselves." No, we don't. No man can create this earth. Nobody could create trees, plants, water, seas, ocean, fish, animals, and even us. They can clone it. They can clone. They can try to copy, but ain't nothing better than the original. Man, so stop this thing just because at the end of the day, y'all want to listen to these blasphemous people who's gonna put your soul into damnation. And you can and then since y'all say that we don't that y'all don't believe in the afterlife or the afterlife of the Egyptian gods, okay then prove it, then we'll kill it themselves and see where you go. I hope those Egyptian gods can save your ass when you die, because I can guarantee you that when if something ever to happen to you, like you die in an accident or somebody kill you the next day, right? I hope Amen, the god Amen, Ra or Dagon or all those Egyptian gods can sit down and save your damn ass from damnation, because I can guarantee you that when you come on the other side, they're gonna laugh off of your damn jackass self. I say you fool. I say you fool. You worshiping me. I would rather be you than me over you. But you know what though? They're gonna laugh after you in hell. Cause you sit on there worshiping a damn foolishness. Damn foolishness. I'm making a fool of your damn self. Kemet is bullshit. It's something that I won't even wipe. I wouldn't even wipe my wipe my ass with. To be honest, why would I worship a kingdom that only 1% of the people is Pharaoh, that lives like kings and queens, but the other 99% lives like, if you're not in the top third rank, you ain't nobody in there. and the chances of you being here as being either a noble or next to the pharaoh is little to nothing. It's a system. It is a system based on the Hindu caste system, where if your parents are born in a certain caste system, you're going to be that caste system. If your kids ain't a pharaoh, they ain't going to be. You're not going to live. If you're not if your parents are not a nobleman or up in that high ranking position in the, you're not going to make it. Just like Hinduism, where you think they got it from? I rather believe in the Bible, where it says in the Bible that we're going to be all kings and queens. That our kingdom will have no end. That the least is going to live like the greatest, and the greatest is going to even live more like the greatest. But you want to live in a system where the chances of you being up in the rank is little to nothing. If you ain't born into a pharaoh or a nobleman position, you're gonna be like a peasant or a working class man because your parents were like that. Ain't nobody killing themselves to want to live in an Egyptian kingdom nowadays. But you want to go back in ancient days and want to relive Egyptian days. Like your black ass gonna live like a pharaoh and queen. That's a fairy tale, that's a fantasy, that's unrealistic.
Keep talking to him. Keep talking to him.
That's unrealistic. You rather want to live in a kingdom where you have no chances of living there, because I can guarantee it's just like the Hindu system, just as I said. If your parents is not a pharaoh, you're not going to live like a pharaoh or a king noble up in those ranks. If your parents was born as a working class person or a peasant, you're going to be a peasant till your day you die, and your children till your day till you die, and till your generation till your day you die. If you are a slave girl to these um pharaoh woman, your kids is gonna be a slave girl too. But that is what you want to try to sell to people, that was a great kingdom. But what we're telling you as Hebrews, and we are bringing it out there, the truth be there, that the kingdom to come, everybody that's our people, the true Hebrew Israelite people, we're going to live like kings and queens. Every one of us. There's not going to be no Israelite ain't going to be no broke poor. That's better. I'd rather settle with that than that bullshit. Why? Just because you saw a kingdom it was once a thriving kingdom with gold and exactly, but it was messed up. It was a fucked up civilization. Christ is Yahweh is promising you a lot more better than what Pharaoh could ever dreamed of, or any other nation, even white people, this kingdom like we're living in. That is why I say you niggas, you love slavery, because you must love slavery, because that's what you're selling to the people. To be honest, Egyptians had Hebrew slaves, and also their own people were slaves under them too. Just like in America, it's the same system. You gotta go to work and get paid and live in in and pay taxes, so that the top 1% can live like kings and queens. All you Kemet people is teaching our people is to be sellouts. That's all you're doing. You're not promising anything. You cannot sell me anything when you cannot provide a solution. You do not know who you are. You don't even know the very doctrine that you even um because everybody has 20 different doctrine of Egypt, different theories and timelines and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, in the Hebrew community, yes, you could see that. Oh, you have some of us believe in different aspects. Some of us believe in the hardcore truth. Some of us believe that the white man can be saved, and some of us have a Christianized version. But at the same time, if you go through the hardcore people, we can break it down a lot more to tell you that the kingdom that is coming is for our people. It's for the true Hebrew Israelite. It's for the true Israelite, the true real Jews which are of Negro descent. That is in four all four corners of the earth. Yes, a remnant gonna be saved. Because the reason why a remnant gonna be saved, because a lot of our people are fucked up and they will not get it until the bomb drop on their butt, and that's when it's too late. So if y'all wanna sit on there and still listen to that stupid Kemet doctrine, fine. And if y'all Negroes want to still put your Kemet woman up as well, let me tell you something. Be same for their ass. All of them are witches. Majority of them are witches. That's why they attracted to Kemet so damn much, because it they can practice their witchcraft. That's why many of y'all, when y'all have these Kemet women and you're with them, some of you are bugged out. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of these Kemet women that are in Kemet, they're doing some kind of spells on your ass. And it's because you don't see them with a book or witchcraft book. No, there's different ways of witchcraft. But if you don't have that spiritual eye and discernment to know that that these women that are in Kemet, they're wicked, then that's on you. You gotta be careful. Both men and women gotta be careful who they choose as a partner in life, because you carry on the spirit. And these women, that's why when you talk to any of these men in Kemet and you try to reason with them, they always get emotional, or they are on some simpness. They can't deal with reality. They can't deal with it like a man. Because why? Because they believe in this black woman is God theology. That's a spirit of Jezebel. And many of you men in Kemet, y'all have a Jezebel spirit on your ass. And I can guarantee you some of those wicked women that you're screwing. But you know what though? A lot of y'all gonna learn until when it's too late. But you know what? Don't say that I did not warn you. I know say it was not told. Because as I said, being carnal minded can lead you to a pitiful death and to damnation. Mm. I'll sign off, and I'll talk to y'all later. And as I said, Kemet is bullshit, and get out, and anybody who's in that doctrine, get out of it now, ASAP now. Adios.